Tell us about yourself. About myself? Yeah. Alright. I'm Brian Chaiseng. My art alias is Chaiseng, and I'm an artist based in Manila. Back then I was working in it started 2018. I was working in a publishing industry, and I think it was my first job. And with my first job, I wanted to find an outlet because of all the stress and shit of working. I wanted an outlet to kind of bring out or let go of my stresses and anxieties. So parang I've noticed that I've started illustrating, which is like one of my first loves naman, like just illustrating different mediums, painting on different items. And I think it kind of grew into parang the love of painting scary things. So I think that's how it started. As in, I would have a lot of sleep paralysis moments and a lot of scary shit always in my mind, and I like to illustrate them. And that parang evolved into this fascination of demons in Japanese folklore, mga onis, the yokais. And then that's kind of how Chaiseng's face started to surface. It's more Japanese in the first run talaga. I was doing a lot of Japanese masks. Yeah, I think that's how it started naman. And growing from that, I started to see that ayoko na mag Japanese mask. I don't want to, like, I had the epiphany now, bakit ako nag-Japanese mask if I'm not Japanese, I started looking into more Filipino cultures, more actually Ifugao cultures, and parang my mask grew from a Japanese mask to evolving to an Ifugao warrior type mask and the mouth's open. Hindi ko ginamit siya, pero that's my inspiration, the warrior mask from Ifugao, like three eyes, big mouth, like a bigger head space, pero yeah, parang that was the moment that Chaiseng became more genuine, because Chaiseng was a lot of things before. It was a lot of concepts, a lot of inspirations from other artists out there. Super halatas naman what artist starts off original. Like you have to like learn from these other great artists, and that's how I grew. I mean, slowly finding yourself after even like 3 years of doing this shit. Only took me now to know who I am and what pieces of my art really makes me happy. Yeah, I think that was draggy, but that's how Chaiseng started and how it's going right now. We'll move the card now. Where's the phone? Biggest influences, actually the biggest influences are like the energy of every artist around me, artists around me around here. I don't usually look at work in Instagram or whatever. Whenever I do, it really catches my eye, and then usually I try to get inspired from other people's works, and then that always like helps me create new things. Like I'm really inspired from the thriving art community here in the Philippines. I guess like one of the biggest influences I have is AVGG, si Augie Fontanilla. Like how raw and gritty his art is. I like how it's so natural. It's kind of like I always like artists that it seems like it's a joy making their art, and I don't know, like I just parang may period din ako na I'm doing like art with like in a long period of time, as in it takes me so long to do one piece of art, and then I have moments now. I have pieces now I do for like 10 minutes or 20 minutes, and I notice I really like these quick ones because a lot of me comes out from these quick ones, and then from these other ones a lot of me comes out, but it's like this long period of planning things versus like these quick instances now. Wow, I know that really came from like a short stint of my imagination, of my parang subconscious talaga. So yeah, like I mostly do my art super spontaneous naman, and then whatever comes out of my mind. If it is planned, it changes as it plans. It plans out. Yeah, and like, yeah. I got inspired from from I guess like things I see, things that are around my life. I'm kind of like in my life I ride bikes a lot, so one of the natural things that always occur in my illustrations are parts of bike culture. I started actually like bringing back Chaiseng with a lot of illustrating people in bikes and motorcycles and just different kinds of things like that. But yeah, I'm super inspired from like nitty gritty things, parang unperfect but unperfect pero somehow very satisfying things to make. That makes sense. I guess it kind of does. I don't know. People get it naman. Yeah, I think like main line. I'm inspired from everyone. Everyone's. I wouldn't be like I wouldn't be like inspired to move even. I'm naturally lazy, so I like when I see energy online. I like when I see energy when I'm conversating with other people. It gets the drive going. Like you're part of this whole community, and you help each other out. You get to talk to each other. You have to support each other with each other's art and each other's craft. Actually, it doesn't have to be art. Art has any sort of creative outputs or craft. Like that shit like gets me going. Let's talk. This one is. Seeing the communities that like organize their kind of shows and art exhibits. I don't know if it's changed. I think the energy is the same. There's just new people coming in like myself. Like uh, I haven't been in any of like or a lot of of exhibits or anything, but seeing everyone that does it looks like it's thriving, and it's I don't know, like everyone's I guess well associated with each other. Parang it kind of is a small community if you think about it, because everyone just knows each other or knows someone who knows someone. It's just it's a healthy it's a healthy circle if you think about it. Yeah, like I said earlier, the energy of everyone just affects I think everyone's mood and everyone's how they tackle all their creative processes. When the guys at Lingkod hit me up, it was very parang natural, because the designing of the chair was natural to what I'm doing. It's perfect now that it's now, because my style has been it's kind of like in a place now it's super comfortable right now. So the process of making the chairs were a lot of the time spontaneous. I didn't plan them out. I planned them out when I thought of it, but the design was super random, and it has to do with, I think it's like more of the masks, and I don't know, it's a lot of like attitude portrayed by different designs of the chairs. There's one chair that's it's a lot of kind of take whatever you want from it, because the designs are just randomly picked in my head. When I start on a design on one chair, it's basically like Like what am I thinking about at this moment? But I think all of it, if you combine all of it, it kind of just goes into one parang cohesive theme, and it's my tattoos actually. I just chose to do what was close to me. So one of them has cherubs, one of them has the mask. I have the cherub on my leg. I have a mask on my arm right here, and one of them's a panther, a pink panther, and then I have like a tiger here, which is kind of the same family. But yeah, it's super. I wanted to come out as natural as possible. Parang I think I had the hardest time thinking of things, like planning about how it would look or anything. So parang the first chair was super long to make just because of that, and then the other chairs were super easier because I just started to paint blankly and just added to it as I go, and I like that process. One of the good ones, so yeah, get that shit. Dream project, I don't know yet nga. There's a couple of dream projects in mind, like I hope to do a mural one day. I don't know if I'm up to it yet, but hell yeah, I'm willing to do a mural. But that would be cool to see one of the works in a wall, or yeah, just somewhere like when people see it, it's just like, oh, that's Chaiseng, that's Brian or whatever. Another is, I think a bike would be cool, like a whole chopper would be cool. So like painting the tank, maybe painting like the frame of it. That's like core me. Like that's really like, if there's an item out there that screams what I really like doing, it's just like a bike and the dirtiest art of Chaiseng, and that bike. That's the goal. I recently just got into actually like the practice of tattooing, and I think that played a big role in how I see my designs are. I'm inspired from like classic Americana tattoos, and yeah, it shows in my art sometimes, like the cherubs, the panthers, the tigers. What else? I think even the grains and the shading of how I'm doing it now, it's a lot of little cues from Americana tattoos and Japanese Americana stuff. And yeah, it's helped me, like, I don't know, parang focus on silhouettes, focus on characters. There's still a lot to do. Like, I think I've been doing the same characters over and over again, but it's kind of the joy of making things. It's like just perfecting one character after the other. And yeah, I think tattoos plus flash sheets. That's the one. Like tattoo flash sheets. I love those shit. Like I love them. Like sheets everywhere. I haven't done it yet, but I really want to do a Chaiseng flash sheet, hopefully. And yeah, it's just continuing my tattooing, and yeah, book me if you can. book me if you want a tattoo. I'm an apprentice still, so it's pretty cheap. I just want to see Chaiseng continue to, well, right now in this freaking pandemic we're at, like, it's helped me keep the lights on, and I just want to see that more stably. And I don't know, it's really one thing I go back to and think na, like, I hope that this could be my full time. I hope that this could be my kind of way to keep the lights on, and like, I think just this, I'm happy because I'm doing like commissions from other people, and then how I portray what they want in my style. It's rewarding in a sense that I get to work on it, and it's rewarding in a sense na I get to feed my family. Shit. I think that's what everyone wants. Like, all artists just wants to live off of their art. I'm Brian, and this is a collaboration by Lingkod and Chaiseng.